Hello everyone, welcome to the Scumdog's Kennel. I'm your host, Chris Williams, and in today's Cryptid Corner mini-episode, I have a couple of interesting tales to tell you all about the day, folks. One, an alien abduction account that involves Area 51 and a Moth Man encounter. Both tales are truly frightening and interesting, folks. So let's get into the first account. Winged humanoid glides over rural highway near Whitewater, Wisconsin, and here this account that could possibly involve Moth Man. Late at night, on a quiet stretch of road outside of Whitewater, Wisconsin, a driver encountered something that defied all expectations of the natural world. The silhouette that crossed the beam of her headlights was neither bird nor man, but something occupying the uncanny space between. As additional sightings across southern Wisconsin, Indiana, and Illinois continued to emerge, this report added another thread to a pattern that investigators could no longer ignore. On February 19th, 2018, I received a telephone call from a witness in southeast Wisconsin. In late September 2016, at approximately 10 p.m. Central Time, the witness was driving east on E State Road 59 S. Janesville, St., about 7 miles west of Whitewater, Wisconsin. She was heading home after visiting her daughter. Suddenly, a man-like being with enormous pterodactyl-like wings glided in front of her and behind another car, flying from right to left at an altitude of around 10 feet above the road. The witness was utterly shocked by what she saw. The being had a human-shaped body, approximately 6 feet long, with a wingspan at least twice that. The wings resembled those of a bat. It did not move or flap. The entire being was dark, and a structure appeared atop its head, but no eyes or facial features were visible. So, was it wearing something, folks? And the fact that this being, once again, was witnessed not flapping its wings like so many other winged, cryptid accounts, folks, is really telling. Maybe these beings aren't actually organic. Maybe they're some sort of drones, and that's why they don't physically move like this sometimes. But I can't be for sure. But certainly a very frightening encounter that this woman just had, folks. But let's read on now. The witness's instinctive reaction was to accelerate and leave the area. The driver in front of her must have noticed the winged being as it emerged from the right and sped away. She had read my recent post regarding sightings in Chippewa Falls, and her husband encouraged her to call and share her encounter with me. The task force is currently investigating other sighting reports from southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. There's also a note, folks. Let's read that now, too. Almost a year into the multiple sightings, both old and new reports from Wisconsin begin to come to us. The witness had shared her experience with very few people, but with her husband's encouragement, she decided to come forward and call me. She seemed a bit anxious, but also relieved to share her experience. We'll continue with some commentary. This report aligns closely with the wave of winged humanoid sightings that surged across the upper Midwest between 2011 and 2018. The witness describes a gliding figure in a fixed wing posture, a trait repeatedly observed in the Chicagoland and Rockford sightings. The emotional tone was consistent with genuine, high strangeness encounters. Sudden shock, instinctive flight response, and a lingering anxiety, softened only by the relief of finally sharing the experience. The morphology described a humanoid torso with a bat-like or pterosaur-like wings, an archetype that appears in multiple Wisconsin and northern Illinois cases. The absence of flapping and the unnaturally smooth glide suggest either a biological structure not found in known species or a phenomenon closer to the interdimensional or ultra-terrestrial models seen in other Mothman-type encounters. This sighting strengthens the regional cluster pattern stretching from Lake Michigan to the Driftless area, indicating a mobile presence rather than the isolated anomalies. Indeed, folks, this presence appears to basically be all up, the upper Midwest, don't you think, folks, around Lake Michigan, and maybe towards the Midwest as well. I would love to know if basically people are seeing Mothman now in the Midwest. Do you suppose that this entity or entities have always been here, folks? Or do you think that this is a newer phenomena that seemingly has been, seen now, folks? I don't know. Either way, let's move on to the next article. Area 51 abduction claim sparked questions after witness said intrusion triggered alien contact. Let's get into this Area 51 abduction, folks, because that's something. You don't hear too many abduction cases happening around Area 51, I think. Usually, you hear them from people who basically are on the road or basically in their homes. So, let's hear this story now, folks. In the late 1990s, a young man driven by obsession and curiosity crossed a line a few dare to approach when he entered the restricted boundary of Area 51 in Nevada. What followed, according to his testimony, set off a chain of missing time episodes and possible extraterrestrial abductions that would haunt him for decades. His story has since circulated at UFO conferences worldwide, raising unsettling questions about what really happens to those who step too close to the most secretive military installation in the world, folks, with this case, isn't it? In recent years, a man made the astonishing claim that aliens abducted him after breaking into the mysterious Area 51 U.S. Air Force Base and living to tell the tale. Chris Augustin tours UFO conferences across the globe, giving the shocking story amid claims he has experienced missing time due to abductions by extraterrestrials, and it all started after his misadventure at the U.S. Air Force Base. In the Nevada desert, Area 51 is a top-secret U.S. military base where UFO conspiracy theorists claim the authorities conceal evidence of aliens visiting Earth from the public and even create new secret spacecraft based on recovered ET technology. The U.S. government only admitted it existed in 2013 and is heavily guarded by armed private contractors known as camo dudes who have been filmed pulling their weapons on people who venture near the base. In a video previously uploaded to YouTube, Mr. Augustin is filmed telling a UFO conference in the U.S. that he had decided to venture into the Area 51 area itself after becoming obsessed with UFOs after seeing a mysterious black triangular craft sighting on July 17, 1999 in Washington Township, New Jersey, when he was studying to go to the U.S. Air Force Academy. Now here's some commentary with context. The publicly documented portion of this story is thin. According to a 2017 report from a UFO news outlet, Augustin claimed that a black triangular UFO sighting while he was studying to enter the United States Air Force Academy prompted him to later attempt entry into Area 51, a pattern of studying, obsession, action, common in many such cases. Then, it goes on to say, the emotional tone as described by those who recount hearing him speak is one of earnestness, fear, and ongoing compulsion, not the showmanship sometimes found in entertainment-oriented UFO panels. That persistent conviction can lend weight to the account, but also demands rigorous scrutiny. Then we get to the part that says, in this tale, folks, that this tale taps into a long-standing strain of UFO lore, restricted zone trespass, triggering contact. It shares structural parallels with older abduction narratives, classic missing time episodes, vivid recollections of non-human craft, subsequent obsession, evoking echoes of earlier high-profile cases. So indeed, folks, it seems it does indeed. So let's continue. Given the combination of a triangular craft sighting, a motive seen widely since the 1990s, and the alleged breach of a secure military installation, one theory to consider is an ultra-terrestrial or interdimensional trigger, an initial setting that reactivates or activates latent contact potential, especially when human behavior crosses a symbolic threshold, unauthorized intrusion. And finally, we get to the part that says that said no independent verification, physical evidence, corroborating witnesses, or official records have surfaced publicly to support the abduction claim. Until such evidence emerges, the story remains a testimonial claim, compelling, dramatic, but unconfirmed. As usual with these kinds of cases, folks, that is what usually happens. In this case, though, a lot of the people who hear this man speak, well, they tend to believe him, I guess, folks. And if I did, maybe I would as well. Or at least basically I would say that he's telling what he believes to be the truth. Either way, both accounts allege with basically bizarre phenomena, folks, and it makes us think, what is actually going on? Why are people seeing these Mothman? Why are people being abducted? And what does the government actually know? We don't know, but one day we will. Either way, folks, we're at the end, so please go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Read Comics They're Bad For You. You can use the YouTube link down below in the descriptions of the chat to go subscribe to me. Now, please hit that like button for me. Make sure you're still subscribed. Leave some comments down below. Hit that bell for notifications. Make sure to hit the part of the bell that'll give you all future notifications. And please share this video out. I'm Chris Williams from the Scumdogs Kennel. Thank you all for joining me. I'll be back again tomorrow with another great video. So be sure to come back again then. Till next time, folks. I'll see you all again soon.